Okay, this is Rod. Thank you for helping out at FCA Weekend Camp. I really appreciate it. It's hard to find counselors. And anyway, we're really busy, and so it's hard to get everyone together. So I'm just making this video. It's very important that you watch it, and so you know what's going on at camp and stuff, and help change life this weekend. So first of all, kind of the strategy of the weekend camp. We're targeting unchurched athletes, people that don't know God, and Christian athletes who come. We want them to use it as an outreach. We want them to fight their circle of influence because no one else in the world has the same circle of influence, and only people can reach their friends and stuff, and strangers don't do that and stuff. So that's kind of the purpose of camp. It's pretty much unchurched. I make it really cheap. I'm just charging $25. It costs about $125 per person. But non-Christian kids are not going to go to pay $100 to go to a Christian camp and stuff. So we kind of save all year and get some donations for the camp. John Copley is the speaker. He's an amazing speaker. He's from Arkansas, originally from Hermiston. He was on the power team for about 30 years, where they break bats and rip out of handcuffs and preach at schools and stuff. He does FCA for University of Arkansas. He's in demand all over the country as a speaker. He's a great storyteller, doesn't ramble on. And I would say whenever he speaks, probably 75% of the audience will go forward. We don't have a worship band. We have a rap group. Most non-Christian kids don't know about worship music, and it's kind of foreign to them, but everyone kind of gets into the rap music, and we have a really great Christian rap group coming from Tri-Cities, bunch of young guys in their early 20s and stuff. And you're mainly going to have non-Christians, and they don't know Christian terms like saved, salvation, grace, chaplain, mercy. Just they don't have a Christian vocabulary at all. So a lot of times we talk in that way, and they just can't comprehend it. So make sure you're talking real simple terms, and we're targeting unchurched Christians. Transportation, we'll have 2 or 3 buses going, and we'll need some vans to go, and we need chaperones in the bus. When you put like 40 kids on a bus, it's important to have some adults in the back that are kind of spread out, and real opportunity to build some relationships with them. And we'll need some drivers for a truck and a van to haul up the trailers when we load up and stuff. So if you're interested in that, let me know. This is John Copta, the power team. They don't exist anymore, but they're world famous. You can see they're on Fox, they're on Walker, Texas Ranger and stuff, and it's amazing what they do. Okay, so here's your role as a counselor. First of all, start praying right now for your group. You don't know who it is, but God does. And I pray that you can really impact their lives and stuff. It's just prayer is just really huge. Just pray they'll get saved and connect to God and get connected to a church. When we get there, one of the first things you do when you get your group, we'll get you in a circle and do some get to know each other things. And you'll have a list of rules that to go over at the camp. It works better when you say it in a group rather than in front of everybody. And I'll email you those rules in advance and some discussion questions to get started. The best part of the camp, you should be the best part of camp. One year I asked this one girl, what was the best part of camp for you? And she said Taven was the best part of camp. Taven's a girl that's not, she's going to have a baby, so she can't make it this year. But you want them to be the best part of camp, that you can connect with them and love on them and just really get to know them and really have a great experience for them. Try to connect with them and get them plugged into youth groups. It's really hard to get athletes into youth groups because they're so busy and stuff. But I think youth groups in Hermiston are really growing, and they have great youth pastors and stuff. So it's a real opportunity to invite them and encourage them to youth group. And I know Dave Gutierrez, a couple of youth pastors ago at Living Faith, he went to the camp and he had a cabin of 8 guys from Umatilla, and every one of them came to youth group probably for almost a year after camp and stuff. They really connected with Dave. There's 4 sessions. John will talk 4 times. Each session will have like a game, about 2, 3 rap songs, a testimony. I'll probably ask some of you to give a testimony, and then John will speak, and then we'll break into small groups. A couple times he'll give an invitation, and most of the group will go forward and ask people, in your small group after each session, what stood out to you? Why did you go forward? And don't be afraid to, give your own testimony inside the group. At the start of each session, make sure they're in their chapel. When chapel time, we announce it and we ring the bell and stuff. And sometimes someone's maybe taking a nap in the cabin or they're far away. So you want to kind of sit by them at the chapel service, make sure that they pay attention and make sure they're in there. and wake up in the morning. Sometimes it's really hard to get them up in the morning, and so you got to kind of get them out of bed and get them to breakfast and stuff. At night, it's really hard for them to go to sleep. One thing that helps is have a sharing time, what you got out of the day, or just a discussion question, and pray that they have a good night's sleep, and that really helps a lot. Okay, help with the games. We have a slip and slide, we have zip line, we have paintball. We'll have, bow arrow and darts, different things like that and stuff. And we'll need volunteers to help with the games. And we'll sign you up just before then. Okay, business. Okay. Oh, I can't read. Okay. Topics to avoid. If someone's a Mormon, they bring up Mormonism, just avoid it. Anytime you say something to kids, it gets translated wrong and they say wrong stuff. Gay, sex, transgender stuff comes up and stuff. And what you say, be really tactful, because it'll get distorted and it'll say like, oh, the whole camp hates gays or something like that. So when that comes up to me, I just say, God loves them and God can change them. And that's probably all you can say. And that, I think they'll understand that. Another thing comes up, the most common question I get asked in youth ministry: what's the difference between Catholic and Christian? Word Christian means Christ in you, but here's an analogy I use. I say, Jesus is a hamburger. You have to eat a hamburger to get to heaven. But it doesn't matter if it's Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's, or Red Robin. Like, the Catholic Church is McDonald's and the Baptist Church is Burger King. But you can't eat a fish sandwich, like the fish sandwich, or chicken sandwich is like Good Works. Or Hershey's has like 50 candy bars. But Jesus is Hershey. You got to be Hershey brand to get in heaven. You can be a Kit Kat or Twix or Reese's peanut butter cup, but you got to be Hershey's and stuff. And they usually understand that. And, I say, would you rather hear the Lord's Prayer in opera or hip hop? And what the Catholics, say is true, but it's just kind of ritual and stuff, old fashioned, where a lot of Christianity does a lot of things of presenting Christ in a more better culture, more advanced. Every year there's always someone stealing something from the cabins, especially girls' cabins. So if someone says, hey, someone stole this, just say, hey, just wait until the end of camp, maybe it'll turn up. Someone thought their cell phone was stolen, and they were upset the whole camp, and then they found that they left it in the van. Last year at camp, something got stolen out of a bag, and so all these girls teamed up on the other girl and picked on her, and she had a miserable time, and the parent called me up and told me what happened and stuff. If something was stolen, I would just don't accuse people, just let it go. And it's not worth it to say it'll turn up, and just don't let it be a distraction. Don't focus on something that was missing, but focus on what God has for you this week. It's just not worth the drama and accusation, especially girls in middle school. Touching, last year we had an incident where a camper was just acting inappropriately, and the counselor kind of grabbed him by the shoulder and put him against the wall, not hard, but just kind of firm and stuff. And he was wrestling around with someone else and got a scratch in his shoulder, so he blamed it on the counselor. And the mom wanted a police report and press charges and stuff. So don't touch campers. Just make sure you're in the spirit. At the end, after the invitation, or on Sunday night, we'll have cards to fill out with their names and address, and if they rededicate their life to Christ, or first-time decision, or have any questions. And so you'll go over that and explain that to them. And I'll send you a card, get you a card that explains the bridge illustration, so we can explain what it means to have a relationship with God. And many of these kids, they think if your good works outweigh your bad works, then you're going to heaven. They have no idea that it's a free gift, and we should serve God out of gratitude. In every group, there'll be some people that are feeling left out and just get ignored, and make sure you pay a little extra attention to them. And sometimes you might pull a more popular kid out to a side and say, hey, you can help pay attention to Mary. She's feeling kind of left out and stuff. How cabins are assigned. I don't know most of the kids that are going there. A lot of them are from middle school or different schools. There's kids from Hermiston and middle schools, and Umatilla and Eric, and hopefully we can get some Stanfield coming, and some kids coming from Boardman and stuff. But anyway, I just say, hey, get in groups of 8, 10, or 12 or whatever. And then so they clump themselves together, and then we just assign cabin leaders there. And we'll try to have 2 people per cabin. Some people will just have 1. And if you feel more comfortable having 2 people, just let me know. So most of you already filled this out. I'll send you this application. It's FCA, the national office in Kansas City. It's a worldwide organization. They require everyone to fill out a huddle leader. They call the cabin leaders huddle leaders form and stuff, and everyone gets approved for that. And it's a formality. And register online for the camp. You don't have to pay anything, but just register online on that number right there. So it helps with camp count and different things. Send me your email, okay? And so I'm going to send you like the rules in advance, the camp calendar schedule in advance, the discussion questions in advance that you can use. When you're in your small group, you can always ask what stood out to you today or at the session and stuff, but ask any question that you want, and there'll be a list of questions to choose from and to get discussion going. And what else is there? Yeah, we're leaving it from the Hermiston High School tennis courts at 12 o'clock on Saturday. Actually, it's 12:30, but you can get there by 12. I'll put someone in charge of the check-in, and you can help load up, and we can make bus assignments too. And so if you have any questions, just feel free to call me and watch this video and yeah, and send me your email. And thanks so much, and start praying for those students.